part 3, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, part 3 of the stream. Never done
We lasted
before.
all 37 minutes for the second part
3
2.
segments free.
Listen, we're all adults. We can stay for longer than fucking 10 minutes. Anyway, yeah, fuck. Oh. Anyway, cool stuff. Anyway. So, the whelpling. The dragon whelpling.
Yes.
It just... Hold up a second. It
wanted to say something.
Yeah, it wanted to say something. It just says... You shall not fight him, for it is designed to kill, to maim, to serve as a punishment. Shall do no such thing. And the whelpling looks at you. Tell your comrade to cease, otherwise he will not reach him.
Chadwick?
Yeah.
Nathan doesn't stop the eye contact with something that is apparently invisible. Call of the fight. This one has already proven itself. I am very much aware of the pronoun. I'm not talking about you, Theo. I'm talking about the dragon.
I know.
No, she was pronoun policing Eric's.
Oh no, transphobic streamer?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
my
Hell
question:
yeah.
do you actually follow that? What Nathan said?
If not, then he was
Oh.
nothing.
Oh. Kind of stare at Nathan for a little bit. Look back at the sword that just transformed in her hand. Gonna walk over. How tall are you? How tall is your character?
My character is. Do I have to translate that into American?
How much in the...
No.
It's. Wait, I do have that. Hold on, give me a second. I have the height set to 1 meter and 57 centimeters.
57?
No.
Hold on.
57 or 75?
Oh,
75. I
75?
misspoke.
A 5'7".
Okay. So,
Because the other one would have been
Chadwick
5'1".
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Like I said, I misspoke.
Chadwick will kind of walk over to you, all 7'8" of him, kind of looking down. Pull out his halberd, put it at his side. I guess Buddy says you pass. I'll give you a fist bump.
And I'm reaching out my hand as trying to shake yours. Thank you.
Welcome to the team. And put my halberd back. Kind of look at Nathan, very confused. What's going on?
Outside influence.
I'm turning toward
Chadwick.
Nathan. Excuse
Yeah.
me?
With very much aware of the fact that Theo and probably that dragon is still listening, Chadwick, when's the last time you read up on exorcisms?
I don't know. It's been a couple days, I guess.
Same here. I might need to refresh that.
I guess we should stay together then.
The whelpling just stares at you, Nathan.
Just to be sure, I don't know what we're going to be facing in the near future.
Stares. Anyway, anything else, or could we get to the good part?
The good part.
Which good part?
The good part?
Good part.
That's a good part.
There's always a good part
English
Good part.
for
Hmm?
me. Man.
Let me just look up something.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Man.
Why is this stuff not designed? Actually, you know what? I kind of want to test
Yeah.
that. At some point during the day after that situation, at some point during that day, Nathan is going to, with permission from the team, hopefully, take a single ingot of steel from the forge. And using one of his sharpening stones, he's just going to make like iron filings, like a small handful.
Uh-huh.
And at some point during the day, Nathan would approach Theo and, in that gesture, push those iron filings onto your shoulder. And I'm casting the spell Protection from Evil and Good, targeting you.
Are you going to explain that to me or just do that?
I would just be touching your shoulder and just say, Theo, one question. But in that second, that spell has already happened. Does that dragon still persist as if aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead are blocked from
Well,
affecting that creature?
here's the thing.
Oh,
As
no.
you cast the spell, you think you cast it, you know, and you look at it, it's still there. And then you look at the steel filings that you placed, and they're broken. They're shattered.
They are already. We're talking about like iron sand.
Filings not as in like clippings, but like as dust.
Oh. Oh no.
That's just when you melt
Oh
them.
no. Okay, that's gonna be even more creeper. Nathan?
Hmm?
As you sprinkle or put filings on the shoulder, and you know you do your spell, you think it's worked, and you look at the dragon whelpling, and then all of a sudden in your hand, just casually, the remaining files become liquid, red hot steel liquid. It does not burn your hand, however, as every single piece of iron ignites, becomes basically molten. And unlike molten metal, it literally trickles down to your shoulder and your hands as if it was like heavy water.
I just spilled a glass of liquid water, glass of
Yeah.
liquid on Thea. Like, oh, it's gonna take forever to get.
And then as it hits the ground after a few moments, it just becomes molten misshapen steel, albeit it is not producing any heat. As the Whelpling stares at you, Nate, says, interesting. Do you think yourself
We tend.
superior to?
No, but I do like to have conversations with just 4 eyes being present.
I can go
That's
somewhere
ironic.
else if you wish me to stay away, or he could go somewhere else for me. What exactly are you trying to speak that My or his ears are not for you, not to be listened.
Not all conversations should involve you.
It looks at you
Then
because of my
if you would, I can do that.
Yes, Theo.
If you would just look at the dragon and then look at Nathan and say,
Okay,
well,
I'm back, by the way. What did I miss?
I think you could just try talking to me and not my dragon if you wanted to talk to me.
Would the dragon kindly leave then?
It
I'm looking at my
literally
dragon.
takes off his shoulders and just flies away. It just flies downwards through the floor and phases through.
Ends up in my private domain. Ends up in my everybody.
No clips to the ground. Enters the domain of Cole.
Well,
So, Nathan like slightly rubs effectively the edges of his eyes. What in the name of the gods is that?
I mean, when it comes down to it, your guess is as good as mine. He's 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 someone I made a pact with, and oh, I get never really had to know more about it, I guess.
Unwritten pacts are dangerous.
You think I don't know that? I was at a point where I really didn't have anything to lose. I guess I only had power to gain. So I'm not sure if that was the wisest or stupidest choice I ever made, but
It's a choice.
it's a choice. I guess we all make choices. And he looks at your eyes. What's that story all about?
Nathan pulls up the blindfold. Empty eye sockets.
Another choice, I guess.
Another choice. One where I won out, or at least greatly benefited from an oath to the divine.
When you made that oath, did you know what you were going to lose?
Nathan pauses for a second. I knew that I was going to lose something. But it really didn't matter what I would lose, as long as I would gain the power I asked for. I'm pushing this in the wrong direction. If this is a contract, I really shouldn't be digging in much further than than I'm already am. Sorry to have bothered you.
Fine.
This is... It makes me paranoid that the others don't seem to be able to see him.
As you
I
say
know.
that, say that.
Nathan hints to his eyes. I know I see beyond, but if he's hiding himself, I want to know why.
As you say that, see from the ground, just in your vision, the whelpling reemerges and flies around both and says, "Do not worry, my child. Eventually, all of you, everyone. But that is a
They'll all
day.
see.
But that is a day for the future. And now is the now." As it lands back on Theo's shoulder. Is that frustration in
Until then.
character?
Slightly.
It would,
Until then, I guess that is a way to a way to carry.
it will tilt itself head slightly towards you and asks, "If you wish to ask, you can ask. But do you know what you want to ask? For with knowledge comes the burden."
Oh, always.
The whelpling looks expectingly at you.
Where did that just come from?
Oh no.
Thank you very much for whoever did that sound effect just now. What are you and why are you here?
I'm here to observe, and what am I? Well, you want the painfully long or just the strike into your spine kind of short?
Give me the strike into the spine. We'll have time for the long explanation later.
Because of me, your kind exists. Because I sired children, their descendants became what you are today.
As far as we are taught, my kind is not native to this plane.
As much you are on. However, what plane do you think you are on? And
At least right now, the native.
its size is
A whooped
spoiling.
space, maybe.
It is your plane, but for most of the time was thing. Exception, it was my mother's plane.
If airplanes in the night sky was like shooting.
And my mother's mother gifted this plane to her. So I guess it is my grandmother's real plane. Now, question for the burden. Answer. Do you wish to know what my grandmother is?
Very much so. That's the only piece missing so far.
You might have heard of a great and mighty goddess, the Queen of Dragons. I presume her essence after millennium upon millennium still lingers under the earth. She hatched her young. My mother was the true-born daughter of her, and I am my mother's true son.
Who's your apparent brother then?
What was the question?
Who is your apparent brother then?
Kara's the Red. Or I guess that's how he announces himself today. One of the most kindest of the flock, my mother. But also the strongest. But also the cruelest when pushed too far. It is surprising to see he is alive in the sense his soul reforged. Something demonic. But albeit he's still his own self. And I guess you wish to know my name.
Very much so.
To scour the
A
library.
tradition that you... Not just that. A much simpler reason, actually. Nathan smiles a bit. I've been working on the tradition of noting everyone's names.
Hmm.
And if I'm supposed to know who inhabits which room, given that I assume you two will be sharing one, looking at Theo and the dragon,
He just shrugs.
I'll need to know which name to carve into the doorframe.
There are two names. The true name bestowed upon by my mother when I was but a wee hatchling. Or the ones that those mortals used to call me. Take a pick. Or should I just say both to fulfill your satisfaction?
Let's do both.
Just gonna immediately my true name bestowed upon from my mother Vami, true daughter of Tiamat, is Zlad Aran. You mortals, however, tended to call me Polygamos, the blue mist, the cold winter, the weaver of magic.
Would you kindly type out that name as well?
Gotta give me a second. Any response to that?
Thank you very much. Speaking of, now going back to Theo, I'm very sorry for this disturbance. Nathan will slide back down the blindfold. You haven't chosen a room yet, have you?
No, I know which were occupied. I was more worried
Like I
about my
said,
friend, to be honest.
reasonably so. It's noble that you focus on that. for your own comfort.
I guess that's one word for it.
Call it what you will. As for now, we'll make sure that we also keep an eye on him. Some people need to rest at least sometimes, so
Oh.
Thank you.
for the moment, Nathan will lead you out of the apothecary and just show you an array of empty rooms. The one directly next to Cole, by the way, is still empty. There's like a lot of simple doorways and one ridiculously eloquent one. Ignore that one.
What did you say?
Ignore this one, pointing towards the really fancy one.
Right. What's behind? What's there?
That is the room of Cole,
Well,
the teacher and wizard.
that's the one I haven't met yet, right?
The one I called
He's the
a pompous
reason-
wizard.
Yeah.
Or stuck up, I think was the word I used.
Sergal referred to him as a stuck-up wizard. I'm kind of aware of the fact that he could be listening right now and probably is, and I don't give a shit. A very powerful mage, but overall, a decent teacher if you know what you want him to teach you. Specialized in the arcane and linguistics, so not much for us in the divine field. At least most of the times.
What does the door look like?
Most of the room doors are just like simple wooden door frames, whereas his is still wooden. But Cole, would you kindly assist me?
It is gold. There is like some. You don't think it's probably actually gold. It might actually be gold. You're not certain, but there's like gold lining, with platinum underlays, in what look like arcane assemblage,
You want the
lining
last
the
bagel?
front of the rims.
You want to share the last bagel?
Oh, sorry, Dagger just left his mic on by mistake. I thought you were saying something to me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so it's a really fancy door.
He just looks at the door, slightly alienated. All right. So this one isn't occupied yet?
I assume. No, that one would be free.
Well, thank you. Really.
We're not super known for great introductions, as you've seen before. We're a bit all over the place currently. By the end of tomorrow, we'll probably be leaving the plane for a day or two to, as mentioned earlier, the elemental plane of Earth. Will you be joining us in that expedition? Just to make sure.
Oh. I'm kind of all over the place myself right now, so there's not really anything I can do for Ares right now. I think I would be joining you guys if you have me.
Very well. Well, Another sword on the field is. I never take that. We'll take down the monster faster. So.
Hey, Rack.
Yes.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
Yeah, wait.
Mhm. So we'll be appreciating your assistance.
And the one of my dragon mainly.
Well,
If you say
Chadwick's
that.
gone.
So with that being said, maybe we can call it then.
Nice.
And then
Woo,
because this is
nice
a
session
three-part,
today.
yeah, a three-part session, man. Anyway, anything you want to say before
That's
we
good.
start knowing no survivors?
Smite.
Another tradition
Smite.
for the campaign.
Smite.
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 Smite,
Smite.
smite, smite,
Smite.
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 Smite. Smite. Smite. Smite.